Welcome to the Holistic Health Bites podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Nicholson, here with bite-sized episodes to empower, educate, and enlighten you with ways to lose weight, heal your gut, and achieve your ideal health so you can live an adventure-filled life. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Holistic Health Bites podcast. Today, we are talking about motivation. I am often asked how I stay motivated to stick with healthy eating, daily workouts, drinking water, avoiding sugar, not indulging in junk or drive-thrus. And here's the answer. I don't. It's not about motivation. I'm not motivated to do any of those things. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes. That's why it's so unreliable. Instead of relying on motivation, I rely on discipline. Discipline is taking action regardless of how you feel. Discipline is doing all of the things even when you don't want to. Feelings are temporary. They're not based on logic, and they will not take you down a path of consistency. Feelings will lead you to start and stop quickly, to flit from plan to plan, and to make excuses way too available to you, all deterring you from success. When I think about the foods that I'm going to be eating, I don't even think about what sounds good or what I feel like eating. I eat what I know my body needs, what provides real nourishment, what will give me those raw materials that my body needs to make hormones and muscles, neurons, immune cells, new tissues, and for proper detoxification. If I were to go with what I feel like, I would most likely never stop eating ice cream, chocolate, bread, and wine, and all of the other things that definitely are not serving me. I'm not motivated to eat meats, vegetables, or to drink water. It's that I actively choose these foods because my health matters. That's discipline. And just a side note, it begins at the grocery store. Having discipline in what you buy and what you don't buy makes all the difference. Now, when I think about working out, again, I don't think about how motivated I feel to go get a workout in. I don't wait around for that motivation to get started. I know fitness, muscle building, flexibility, and balance training are important parts of mental, physical, and emotional health, longevity, and for detox purposes. So I do it. It's not about feeling motivated. It's about doing what I need to do regardless of how I feel. In the end, results come with discipline, not motivation. Motivation might get you going, but it won't get you to the finish line or help you maintain those amazing results. So, how do you become a disciplined person? It starts with taking small steps. When you can complete those small steps, then you can add on something else. Before you know it, you'll be taking actions every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, those tiny actions really add up. The second aspect, I would say, is that we have to become more mindful with all of our decisions and actions. We must be aware of the consequences that our decisions have on our health and well-being. When we're more mindful of our actions, when we actually stop and think about the choices before we take actions, it's much easier to stay disciplined and to make better choices in the long term. Before you take a bite of something, before you sit on the couch, before you hit snooze in the morning, before you refill that wine glass, or stop at the drive-thru, ask yourself, would this action take me closer to my ideal self or farther from it? The more often you can take actions intentionally not mindlessly, toward that ideal self, the more likely you are to achieve your goals and keep those results long term. Pretty soon, people will be asking you the ever so popular question, how do you stay motivated? So there you have it, the very significant difference between motivation and discipline. If you're honest with yourself, which one have you been living by most? No shame, no guilt. When we know better, we can do better. This is your sign and time to do better. I believe in you. You are worth the work. Now, I also want to take a minute to let you know that I have just created a brand new free group, and I am so excited about it. I am always seeking ways to increase my community of like-minded health seekers, but I really didn't want to lean on social media at all. Much like why I love podcasting, both my own and being a guest on others' podcasts, I want to be able to speak freely without fear of techno leaders limiting what I talk about or who I say it to. I don't want my information to be limited by some arbitrary algorithm or censorship policy. I've had far too many colleagues and friends lose hundreds of hours of work and thousands of contacts because of some social media platform that decided the word fat was harmful, so they got shut down. All of these arbitrary policies that limit the useful information we can share. I don't want to put all my hard work, love, sweat, and tears into a place that's controlled by others, especially one filled with bots and trolls just looking to stir the pot and confuse the message. Anyway, I've finally done it, off of social media. This is a private, exclusive club that you are invited to, the Optimal Wellness Club. Inside this club, you will see some helpful information, tips, tools, resources, some special offers and discounts, invites to events that I'll be hosting or things that I'm attending that you can attend with me, and a place where you can interact with others on the same journey. That's one thing I don't love about podcasting is this is really a one-way street. I don't get to hear from you. You don't get to interact with each other, and I really want to bring that in. So I'd love it if you would join me. You can access this fun space from any browser or even download a free app. I look forward to connecting with you on a deeper level in a real community where we can directly interact and get to know each other. A link to join will be in the show notes. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next, be well and vibrant. Thanks for being a faithful listener to the podcast. I'd love it if you left me a 5-star review on this podcast so that others can more easily find this valuable information. Did you know I also work one-on-one with clients? I approach solving health challenges like I approached solving crimes, by conducting a thorough investigation into your case. Sadly, hundreds of millions of people in the US have insulin resistance, prediabetes, and diabetes, and the vast majority have no idea. I'm here to fix that. If you struggle with low energy, stubborn weight, hypertension, sleep disturbances, or any other undesired symptoms, let's talk. All you have to do is schedule a free call. The link will be in the show notes. And no, you do not need to live near me.